Hello, welcome back to another session on our course titled Career and Skill Development. And we're in week 6 of our class, and we've been discussing issues revolving around career, skill development, and what have you, because they are the central things, the central elements that every human resource practitioner must follow in recruiting and engaging workers in the workplace. Without effectively planning for an individual's career, or without ensuring that the individuals that are being employed are equipped with the right skills, there's no how the organization can achieve its desired goals or productivity. Today, basically, we'll be looking at issues around personal development. When we talk about career development, skill development, but the extent to which these are incorporated into individuals is actually a function of the person or the job holder, and that is why talking about personal development is actually a very important discourse when talking about human resource management. Now, just a snapshot of what today's module will entail. We'll be basically looking at the meaning of personal development. So at the end of this discussion, you should be able to understand what exactly do we mean when we say personal development. Secondly, our aim also is to explore the importance, not just knowing the meaning or the conceptualization of personal development. There's a need for us to understand the importance, or why is it necessary for you and me to be involved in our personal development. And also, we'll try to understand the theoretical framework of personal development, and this will be from the point of view of the hierarchy of need theory of Abraham Maslow. Second to last, we'll also try to understand the steps to take in managing personal development. And lastly, we'll attempt to understand the barriers. What are the bottlenecks, the hindrances that people encounter in the course of their development goals. Now, let's begin with when we say personal development is actually one of the things that a job holder must actually follow through in the course of their career. A job holder is the person who is working as a worker, the employee. And for you to be effective in your job, or for you to progress in your career, there's a need for you to develop yourself personally, because without that, there's no how you can be able to be relevant in the workplace. Now, personal development is the process of improving oneself. Don't forget, a process of improving oneself through such activities like enhancing employment skills, the skills you need to carry out your job. It also involves activities like increasing your consciousness and building wealth. Wealth in this regard is not talking about money, it's not talking about the financial implication. Wealth here, we are talking about the wealth of knowledge, the knowledge base or the knowledge bank of an employee, because what you know can actually be converted into monetary terms. And when you ensure that you enhance this, definitely you are driving towards personal development. So it's a process of improving yourself, ensuring that you keep abreast with the changing conditions of the business environment. And how can you keep yourself abreast is by you trying to learn more, trying to know more, trying to enhance yourself, trying to improve on the skills that you have built in order for you to make you relevant. Because the business world is dynamic, things are changing. What was effective or what was operational yesterday might not be tomorrow. So it involves you trying to enhance and improve your capabilities to make yourself relevant in the workplace. Now, still talking about personal development, it also covers activities that improves awareness and identity. It also helps to develop talent and potential, build human capital, and facilitate employability. It enhances the quality of life and also contributes to the realization of dreams and aspiration. So we are looking at the process where you are aware of the fact that, oh, I need to develop myself in this particular field. Once that is achieved, definitely you would have created an identity for yourself. Personal development is about you equipping your capabilities. It involves you developing your talent, developing your potentials, developing your skill and your employability level, because an employer would not want to waste his money to recruit somebody who's not competent. And of course, personal development is actually what will drive you towards that competency level that employers desire. Still talking about personal development, it also involves, issues around your entire career life, and that is why there's the necessity for you to continually improve yourself. Like we discussed sometimes in one of the models, we said that skill development is actually what should take place right from the point of birth to the point of death, from womb to the tomb. As you are being born, you start learning things, and that was why, according to John Locke in his psychological principle, he said that man was born with a blank slate, which he called a tabula rasa. Experiences over time will be written on this slate, which will help develop the man to make him equipped to live and survive in this environment. This is applicable in personal development. You have a mind which is blank. Your mind is like a blank slate. As you learn, as you acquire skill, as you improve yourself, you are also trying to enhance your competency level. Your knowledge, the skill you learn will be written in your mind, in your heart, which will actually enhance how well you perform your job. So when we say personal development, it takes place over the course of an individual's entire life. Now, what do we mean by that? It is a lifelong process. Once blood is still running through our veins, once we are still breathing, we are still alive, definitely personal development must actually take place. So it must take place all through our lives, up until death. You end up developing yourself at the point of death. Once you are still alive, definitely development will take place. It is a way for people to assess their skills and qualities. Personal development. You ask yourself, what am I aspiring for? What are my self-actualization needs? What are my self-actualization needs? What exactly do I have? What have I acquired? And what will I still need for me to be relevant in the particular thing I want to do in the near future? So it's actually a process of you assessing your skills and capabilities and see how far you are faring in terms of your knowledge base. So it's a way people assess their skills, qualities, consider their aims in life, and set goals in order to realize and maximize their potential. When talking about personal development, it also involves formal and informal activities for developing others in roles such as teacher, guide, counselor, manager, life coach, or mentor. These are people who are instrumental in helping you to develop yourself personally. So a teacher who is in school will come to class, teach you the things you need to know to be relevant in the in the world of work. That's a formal setting. You could also have mentors, you could also have coaches, you could also have people who you have confidence in, that you can confide in and discuss issues around your career. So you can also learn some things career wise through informal activities. So when we say personal development, it could be learned through formal or informal activities to develop your roles and your competency levels. Why is personal development important? Why do we emphasize more on the need for us to develop ourselves personally? Personal development is very key. In fact, if you are not developed personally, there's no how you can function well in the workplace. See, the issue is this. Organizations have training plans. They have agenda relating to how they train their workers from time to time. But some of the elements of the agenda of organizations might not really capture the desires or the career goals of employees. And that is why you need to look for means to develop yourself personally. You actually know what you want. You have chosen a career. You have chosen a particular field, and you should be the one to drive this personally. And that was why in our first model we said that your career choice and your career development is not in the hands of anybody. It's not in the hands of the employer, but in the hands of the employees, because they are the ones who know what they want. You actually know what you want, and that will determine how well you tread your path all through your career life. Now, why is personal development important? One, it is important because it gives clarity to personal vision. It gives clarity to personal vision. What is a personal vision? These are the strategic goals you desire to achieve at a particular time. What you want to achieve on a particular time. It could be long or short or medium term. These are vision. So once you have that, when you look forward to developing yourself personally, definitely it will give you that better understanding about what your vision is and how well you want to go about achieving them. Another importance of personal development is that it helps to sharpen existing skills. It helps to sharpen existing skills. Your skills are your competencies. Your skills are your capabilities. And once you develop yourself personally, from time to time, it helps to build on these skills. It helps to refine them and make you relevant in the world of work. Your skills are like raw gold, or let's say crude oil. Until you refine them, refinement there is the personal development. Until you refine them, there's no how these skills can be functional. So once you refine these skills through personal development, it helps you to sharpen them in terms of sharpening of the skills. And once your skills are not sharpened, you won't be you'll be left behind. You won't be able to catch up with trends. You won't be able to catch up with the issues that are trending in the business world, and that is why you need personal development. Another importance is that it gives your talent room to shine. It gives your talent room to shine. once you develop yourself personally, it brings out the best in you, because you are trying to unleash a particular trait within you which has not been seen before. So once you develop yourself personally, it helps to arouse performance. It helps to bring about you showcasing your talent and revealing who exactly you are. Another importance is that it improves effectiveness in business. It improves effectiveness in business. Once you develop yourself personally, it helps you to function well in the business you are doing. It helps you to know how well to handle the business, and also how well you can be able to function effectively in the business. And of course, when you say effectiveness, you are looking at how well you can be able to do what you are supposed to do rightly. So it helps to do things right, ensuring that you are working in line with the rules, you are working in line with the established standards and codes. Another importance of personal development is that it drives motivation and satisfaction. Once you tell yourself, oh, in the next 2 years, I want to have completed my program in terms of professional qualification, second degrees, and what have you. After completing them, you would have acquired more skill, you would have developed yourself personally. It will give you a sense of arousal, in terms of you're going to be motivated. It's going to give you that energy to function well. Oh, I've acquired this, I've known this, let me look for areas where I can apply them. That's motivation for you. It also helps to bring about job satisfaction. Once you develop yourself personally, it also brings about job satisfaction. Another importance is that it helps build clients and employee confidence. It helps to build clients and employees' confidence. Once you have developed yourself personally, it helps you to know what you are supposed to do. It helps you to know how well to carry out the work, or carry out your roles as expected. And once you do all of these effectively, it has impact on your appraisal. Your clients will have confidence in you. Your employees, your employers would also have confidence in you, because they know that once it gets to your work in terms of deliverables, you're always on point. Another importance is that it helps to reduce staff turnover and improves unity. When people develop themselves personally, or where people work in an organization where personal development is always promoted and enhanced, it will bring about a reduced, turnover of staff or labor. When we say staff turnover, we mean the level at which people leave an organization at a particular time. Every now and then people leave, but some people leave for different reasons. But some people leave just because of the fact that they've not been able to meet up with their career dreams or their career goals. But once personal development is actually embraced and incorporated into the workplace, definitely it will reduce the level at which workers leave the organization. Another importance, last but not least, is that it's a key ingredient to happiness. It is a key ingredient to happiness. This is actually still relating to job satisfaction. When you say happiness, you are talking about the level at which workers have that feeling of satisfaction. They are happy with their job, they are happy with themselves, they are happy with their colleagues or their co-workers in the workplace. That is a function of the fact that you've been able to achieve your career goals. But when it is otherwise, people will not be happy, because they operate in a workspace where their dreams or their goals have not been given the opportunities to be achieved. So these and more are some of the importance of personal development. You must understand the fact that personal development is very key to every individual, because without personal development, there's no how you can be able to be effective on the job. Without it, there's no how you can be able to be effective in the workplace. So, personal development is very important for everyone to embrace in order to function effectively. Now, personal development, we're going to look at it at this point, looking at the reflection of Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of need theory. The theory is actually to back up our assertions that personal development is what helps you to improve your career. Is actually that tool that people use to achieve their career goals. Now, Maslow, in his work that was published in 1970, suggests that all individuals have an inbuilt needs for personal development. And this is expressly shown in the diagram you are seeing in your slide. Everybody has that need for personal development. Take for instance, you could be serving now as a copper. Now, while in your youth service, you'd be aspiring to get a job. Now, God's grace, you get a job, a very good job. Now, at the point of you getting into that organization, you could tell yourself, in the next 10 to 15 years, I want to become the managing director of this company. That's a career goal. It's a career goal that you've set for yourself. And that is why most organizations, at the point of interview, they ask you, in the next couple of years, where do you see yourself here? They are not just asking you this question for the fun of it. They are asking for these questions based on how well they would want to position you well while on the job. Alright? So, the pyramid you are seeing on this slide actually showcases personal development goals. Once you enter an organization, you start from that physiological need, that's the base, the basic physiological need for food, clothing, and shelter, as well as safety need, the need for you to secure your job and your life. Once these two are met, definitely every other thing will fall in place, because without them, there's no how you can be able to achieve your career goals. So, as you are moving through the ladder, you get to love need, self-esteem need, and the self-actualization need, which is actually apex of all needs. And according to Maslow, he believes that everybody has that need for self-actualization, and that self-actualization is that personal development, because for you to get to that self-actualization stage, there's a need for you to develop yourself personally, socially, and academically, professionally, and emotionally. So the extent to which people are able to develop depends on certain needs being met, and these needs come in form of a hierarchy, which I've just discussed with you earlier. Only when one level of need is satisfied can a higher one be developed. And as you are moving from one need to another, you are gradually getting to that self-actualization stage. So as you are moving, change will occur. You are moving from just like an admin assistant to an admin executive. From an admin executive, you're moving up to an admin officer. From an officer, you become the admin manager to become the deputy managing director, up until you get to the managing director. So these are the steps you must take for you to get to that self-actualization stage. Everything comes with change, and of course, as change occurs through our life, the level of need motivating someone's behavior at any point in time will also change. Take for instance, the level of need motivating your behavior at the physiological stage. That's the stage in which most people are now. That is the stage where they are only working just for them to get salary, to eat, and to survive. After some couple of years, the job is there already, let me look for how to secure this job. The need will change. That's the safety need. As this need changes, you look for means to get further qualification and certification for you to secure that job. Once that is achieved, you move to the next. Change will occur again, and your need will also change, and that will bring about the social need or the love need. The need to love and to be loved. Once this is achieved, you move to the next, which is esteem need. That is the privilege of feeling of accomplishment. At this point, you have the need for promotion, you have the need for more delegation, more authority, and lastly, the self-actualization need. That is actually the apex of all, the stage where everybody aspires to get to. But you have to develop yourself personally before you can be able to achieve that stage of self-actualization. For you to get to that stage, what are the steps you must take? And that's actually what we're considering in this slide. The steps to take in managing personal development. The steps to take in managing personal development. Number one, develop a personal vision. That's the basic thing. Without a vision, there's no how you can be able to achieve personal development. Vision is actually your goals that you set for yourself. What exactly do you want to achieve in the coming years? What are they? Articulate them down expressly. Once you've developed that personal vision, okay, I want to become these in the next couple of years. It now leads to the second one, which is plan for your personal development. Plan. Set these goals. Okay, apart from you identifying that vision now, what and what must you put in place to achieve these goals? And thirdly, start the improvement process. Alright? Execute. The planning is actually documenting. Then the third one, which is the improvement process, is to now what? Doing it, what you actually said. And the fourth one, record your personal development, whether you are working in line with established standards. And the last one is review and revise your personal development plans. This is actually a control measure to see that you've not deviated from your personal vision. And that's actually how it works. You must ensure that your actual is actually in tandem with the expected. This is what I expect. This is what I've planned. They must align together. What are the barriers to personal development? Barriers to personal development. What are those things that bring about bottlenecks, stumbling blocks to people developing themselves personally? The first one is lack of confidence or self-esteem. You see, in career generally, confidence is a vital tool to enhance it, because the confidence level is actually talking about who you are, your mindset, your frame of mind, and that goes a long way in determining how well you function or how well you'll achieve your goals. So when the confidence is not there, for some people, definitely it bring about a barrier to their goals or to their personal development. Confidence that, oh, I'm not too intelligent, I'm not too buoyant enough, I'm not too sophisticated enough for me to interact with people, enough for me to learn. It brings about low self-esteem, and that has impact on personal development. Such person will just be wallowing in his own ignorance up until time is lost. Secondly, economic situation is another barrier to personal development. Economic situation in terms of the funds, the financial base that needs to be put in place for these personal development goals to be achieved. You should have at the back of your mind that for everything you must achieve, it has a financial implication. You are in the Chartered Institute of Human Resources and Strategic Management now. You paid for lecture, and of course you still pay for exams and some other things. Everything has financial implication. But when it's not there, when this is lacking, it brings about a barrier. People will be held back, from achieving their personal development state. 3, family commitment. Some people have commitments in the family which actually will distort their personal development. Most especially females who are married with children. Alright, they will need to go to work Monday to Friday, Saturday. Probably they might just have few time for lectures or to read. When evening comes, they go to market, cook, and what have you. No time, because the fact that the family must be catered for. Same goes to the men with family too. Alright, so your family, people think, comes first and might have impact on one's personal development. Procrastination, people say, is a thief of time. When you postpone, it could also become a barrier. Fear is another. People might think, oh, I'm too old. I don't think I can cope. I've left school for long. Now telling me to come to class to come and study, it's going to be a problem. When the fear is there, when the anxiety is there, it becomes a barrier. These are not some of the issues that people face. That people face, which have impact on how well they develop themselves personally. Personal development is very key to a successful career. Without personal development, there's no how a career can be functional and effective. I want to thank you for listening. I'm sure you would have gained some things. I would further encourage feedbacks and questions for us to interact better. Thank you once again for listening. Have a good day. You'll hear from us again next week. Bye.